Hello, this is A New Shade of Blue, tuning in once again, and this time I brought a guest.
Hi,
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Shanice's sister.
Yep, she'll be helping me fill some air in this dialogue. Well, once again, I bring you the final part of this speed paint, where I complete the rendering process. And at this point, I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe talk about some potential story ideas for this character. Flesh her out a bit. So, Shanice, what do you think of when you see this character?
She looks bubbly and fun and cute, like she likes exploring and going on adventures, and hopefully kick some butt.
Yeah, when I was originally coming up with this when I was originally drawing her, I was going to put her in my Preternatural story, which is a post-apocalypse story.
Mm-hmm.
But the final product made her look a little too clean, I guess is one way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem like rugged enough for that world.
Oh. I mean, that would be good though. Sometimes things that don't fit in are cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's kind of the plot of my main character.
Oh.
So I was thinking some possible alternatives. I mean, one thing, I did come up with a name for the character.
Mm-hmm.
I call her Nixie.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a Lydia too.
Nixie Lydia? Lydia Nix?
That's cute.
Yeah, I seem to have a pattern when it comes to my naming conventions. Like, I always have a multi-syllable first name and a single-syllable last name. Like, Demetrius Lore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dorian Gray. Actually, Dorian Gray might be a thing already. Yeah, it was a book.
So, what story is she in now?
I'm not sure yet. That's what we're here to determine.
So she's like having her own spin-off series?
Let's think of it that way. Like, maybe some elements can cross over. Like in Preternaturals, I was thinking she'd be the like there's just a single radio station that's still playing at the end of the world, and it's run by her. She doesn't really take into account that people might actually be listening. She's just sort of doing it to keep herself sane.
That's cool. That kind of happened in The Walking Dead. This guy, he just like started talking to this girl over the radio. So now all the zombies are about to attack the building, and instead of him helping, he's like, I need to go find this girl that I met over the radio. So he literally takes like 4 of the best fighters and goes on a journey to find this radio person.
Is that when Jesus died?
That was seasons ago.
But yeah, I kind of like that concept. Like, in a post-apocalypse story, there's still this means of communication. I wanted Preternaturals to have there's a community, even though the people try to stay separate for their own safety. So this would be one way for people to stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it can be not a Radio-Free Roscoe kind of situation with her. Like, if we put her from the post-apocalypse into modern times. She is someone who wants to be a radio personality, so she started up her own channel.
That sounds good. Yeah, she does look like a people person. Like an alpha type personality. So, what does she talk about on her radio show?
Good question. Does she look like the politics type? I don't know. I mean, she has this, like, loose sweater and socks that she apparently goes around in, so I'm not sure if she's the fashionista type.
That sounds fashion. But, like, does she have any powers?
Not at the moment. Got any recommendations?
I don't know. Maybe, like, her big baggy sweater could, like, turn into Mary Poppins, how she has that umbrella. Maybe it could do something cool like that where she flies.
I think her sweater would need to be a little longer for that to work. Like at least ankle length for it to not be for it to be more modest.
And also, is she a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, I'm definitely leaning towards good guy. I mean, she doesn't seem like the mean girl type.
Oh.
You were thinking mean girl?
No, not really. But you know how some people just got like a spicy attitude and like don't take crap?
Yeah, true, but I think that would have to be, with her... I think that would have to be translated in her pose. Yeah, she's just... The way I drew her is just kind of a, I'm just happy to be here kind of pose. I mean, you can see the references I had for her around the edges here. Not so much for design, mostly for shading, but... Yeah, I guess those were those are what I was inspired by.
Okay, so story ideals. She works for the radio, she doesn't have any powers, and she's a good person. I know, maybe she's trying to, like, be a humanitarian. Or, like, take people in or save them from something.
Age-wise, I figure she'd be between the ages of 12 and 16.
What? A little kid?
Does she look older to you?
I mean, she looks like 20.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so little kid stories then. Maybe she likes comic books?
I mean, roll with your idea. That's what we're here. We're here to brainstorm.
Oh. I don't know. I just like people that are like me. So I like saving people, so I like seeing stories about people being saviors.
Alright, would she be do you see her as more of the star or like a supporting character?
She could be the star since she's cute.
Alright, so this would be her crusade.
And she's like saving the homeless and like giving them biscuits and tents and stuff.
Alright. Yeah, has a cool quality. I mean, it's definitely like a decent setup for the origins of a superhero. Like this is before she got her powers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then something crazy happens, and voila.
Yeah, she was already humanitarian. Now she's a humanitarian who can also fight crime. Okay, I actually really like that idea. Alright, would her power... If she did get a superpower through some crazy accident, would it be radio related?
It could be. Like what, her power?
Like she can control radio waves or something.
Yeah, or like hear stuff in her brain that nobody else can hear.
You remember that show Braceface?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was about this teenage girl who just got braces, and then there was this weird lightning storm during the process, and now she can hear like phone calls and radio signals through in her head.
And then what? She helps people with it?
Actually, no. The magical aspect of braces is pretty much thrown out the window after the first episode.
That's weird.
I know.
So now it's about a normal kid living a normal life?
With braces, yes.
What the?
Yeah, it was just a gimmick to get you in there, and then here's your regular teen drama.
There's another show like that called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. She like goes in for some kind of CAT scan, and the guy's playing music while she's getting it done, and then something happens, like an electric shock or whatever, but now she can people just start singing. It's in her head, but she can hear people's songs and their emotions. So if they're sad, they'll sing a sad song, and then she feels like it's her purpose to be like, I think you're sad. Let's talk about this, and try to help them through it. And they're like, oh my gosh, how did you know?
Actually, I really like that concept. That's always that's when I hear songs and music I like, that's essentially what I think of. Okay, what's this person going through? What's the story here?
I love stories. Also, I like country.
Hey, you've told me before that you only listen to the music when you're in the car driving.
That's hip-hop, because hip-hop, they don't be talking about nothing. There's no story. All you can listen to is the music.
Yeah, I lost track of what we're talking about.
Her story, her powers.
Oh, right.
And her being a humanitarian.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe she... I feel like getting struck by lightning during a radio show would be too predictable.
True.
Okay. I mean, did she have the radio show prior to her humanitarian work, or did she start it up?
I know, maybe she's like a wannabe, like an intern or something, and she's trying to prove herself before she gets her powers. And everybody's like, get out of here, you're a joke. And then she goes to help the homeless. And then maybe something happens while she's doing that. Like one of them tries to attack her, and then she falls.
And the fall gives her superpowers?
Like she falls into like some water, and the water is like sludged from the acne center.
I appreciate the Looney Tunes reference. Alright, it's a good start. No, I don't want her to make her too much of a Lois Lane.
What's that?
You know, investigative reporter who's always getting in trouble. Yeah, you know, back in the golden age of comics, every superhero had a reporter girlfriend, just so they could be involved with the story.
True. That sounds good. Like Peter Parker, he had to like report his own stories, right?
Well, he was a photographer.
He was like, I'm gonna take pictures of them and show it to you guys.
Basically it was more like, I need cash, and I had this ability, so...
He could have just like posted up at the mall in his outfit and then be like, $5.
Honestly, I feel like he probably would have tried that at some point. Like, I mean, you know, he started out as a wrestler, right? Yeah, he was going to use his power to make a lot of money, and then his uncle got killed because of his irresponsibility, and he said, okay, I gotta use these powers to help people.
Oh, so that's why his outfit looked like that.
Yeah.
So he looked like a wrestler mask.
Yeah. It was also like but after that he was like, okay, I still need money though.
And then that's when he got his job as a photographer.
Yeah, unfortunately he had to sign up with the news outlet that hates him the most.
Oh. What about revenge? He never got revenge, he just let it go.
Well, no, Peter is actually a kind of petty individual. I mean, at least early on, like, he actually has the origin story of a supervillain. Yeah, he thinks he's better than everybody, he's angry, he's the type of guy that when he gets superpowers, he's just going to go on a rampage. And honestly, that's why he talks so much smack during fights. Yeah, he was pushed around so much as a kid that he just likes pushing other people around.
Yeah, he does talk a lot. Kind of like that Deadpool guy, but I like when he talks because he's funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, Peter tries to be funny. But yeah, that's why Peter's like that. He's just trying to be the bully that everyone was to him. And then after his uncle died, he realized, okay, I have to be better than that.
That's good.
Yes.
A whole story arc.
Yeah, well, maybe she could do something similar, like... Maybe she was, well, like you said, an intern, but she was just... Okay, she was in it for the... the glory, basically. Like, I'm here for the fame and recognition, and hey, this thing is going on, maybe we can exploit these people's plight for my, own advancement. And then she gets deeper than she realizes, and there's a whole conspiracy going on, and she gets caught in the middle of it. Like, maybe people are being snatched off the street to be experimented on, and she ends up following and ends up intervening in the experiment, but instead of doing whatever it is the experiment's supposed to do, it just gave her access to this network of information.
I'm watching a show on Prime. It's called Utopia, and it's kind of like that. It's basically about a comic book, but the comic book is supposed to be like a prediction of the future. So it was created by a scientist, but the scientist is being forced to make all these diseases and plagues. So they eventually get out in the world, But they're like, oh my gosh, how did they know about Zika coming? How did they know about Ebola? How did they know about SARS? So it's like everybody has these certain marks because they've been experimented on.
Wasn't that a plot line for the first season of Heroes?
Maybe.
Yeah, there was this painter who kept painting the future
Cool.
and then putting in his comic books.
Cool.
Well, I guess that's all the time we have for now. I hope you all enjoyed that. Will you be willing to come onto the show again, Shanice?
Yeah, sure. That was fun.
All right. Well, A New Shade of Blue, tuning out. See you next time.